What's up, Flyquest fans and Counter-Strike fans? Welcome back. It's been a long off season, but we are back. We are renewed for season number 58. Season 57, we saw a good amount of improvement. We got to playoffs. We got some good wins there, but couldn't quite make it all the way. Parks, how you feeling?
I'm good. You know what? It's a weird time to start. It feels like we should have started last week. Of course, we had the forfeit win to begin the season with, getting that quick W over top of, I want to say, Iowa Stormbore. So a quick 1-0 places us in the in the top in the mid 30s already, which is a really good start to the season. Even if we didn't play, oh well, that's how it goes sometimes. Yeah, we're flying. Whereas Pug Palace, I mean, they're just starting off their season. This is going to be their first match, so it's a little bit of a, I don't want to say delayed start, but it seems like every team wasn't really prepared for last week. So some did play their games. When you look at our schedule so far, though, this is technically the first match they're really playing. Last time around, they just kind of had to hop in and say, yeah, we're here, and they're not. But I mean, we haven't seen any changes to the team, so they're all still here. They're all having a great time. Vivian, Fox, Emmy, Vanessa, and Marie. Unfortunately, Marie is back over on the other side of the ocean. She was here for a very brief amount of time. It looked great, but she has had to go home.
You know, home, it's the place where the Wi-Fi is. It's the place where the internet is, and sometimes home has to be on the other side. But let's talk about Pug Palace really quick. Last season, these guys were known as berry pickers. I feel like some people might know that name, especially if you're a frequent follower of the North American CS LAN circuit. This time, though, without Wiz and Barry, they have rebranded as Pug Palace. So Ethanol OG and S5J are the two new members. They joined the core of Kingsley, Mega, and Aegis, and they will be seeing how far they can make it this season of Advanced. We have gotten to see some evidence from berry pickers in prior seasons that they are a solid team, but have not yet made it to playoffs. So we'll see how they do tonight against Flyquest Red. And now, if you're new here, you might be wondering, what is the map that we're going to be playing on? Well, I can answer that. If you're new here, there are 7 choices, one brand new one in Cash, but we're not going to see that.
No.
Everybody wanted Cash to come back, but they're not going to pick it. You know what they're going to pick? Mirage, Dust 2, and Nuke. Tonight we get Mirage.
Yeah, I mean, in the lead up to this, I was telling you and Will, I was very much hoping that we would not have Mirage tonight. I really wanted to see something not necessarily groundbreaking or earth-shattering, but something fun, something to have a good time with. And unfortunately, it's not going to work out that way. But we are going to get into the knife round, at least for now. Of course, to decide who starts on what side, on their preferred side, as you will. And I mean, this is a good time to set up. You know, you talked about last season getting into playoffs and everything like that. You got to think just kind of off the top, getting that first win. The hope is always to improve, and so another playoff berth is obviously in, but higher standing overall as well is fully in the card.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get into playoffs with a better record, it does mean things like buys. It means better seeding. So, you know, the more wins, the better. But here we are starting things off. Round number 1, Pug Palace have elected the CT side after winning. That is a freaky looking thing right there. We get to see Coach Sheikh Zula is a ghost in the door. Can we go back to that view? Yeah, now we get to see Sheikh Zula looking at
Sheikh
the
Zula POV, and then it's just going to be him dying in 2 seconds. Coach fans. I love the fact that coach implementation has never been fully done, and so we always get the weird little bugs like that. Anyways, going on to the round, Fox is going to be setting up some smokes. It's going to be a classic A hit here. Pug Palace playing that retake, though. This will be interesting to see. Movable object versus hopefully not stoppable force.
Yeah, it's Ethanol basically alone on site versus 5 as Flyquest Red flood out from Ramp and Palace. He's going to be calling in that retake already. He's just like, I'm getting out of dodge, staying alive. The only mission. Flyquest Red push into the CT spawn, trying to apply some extra pressure to the Pug Palace players, but they'll lose 2 in the attempt. Kingsley and Mega able to respond with 2 of their own. Good damage back onto the Pug Palace players. Each is going to be caught inside of Connector. That brings us down to the 3 versus 3. Nessa finds another one on the cross, and there's Fox with her own kill onto Mega. Kingsley looking, he's the new player, or he's the old player on the team, looking for this retake here, but the 1 versus 2 will prove to be too much to handle as Vanessa will pepper him up, and Flyquest Red take the pistol.
Great teamwork, great job across the board in terms of weathering the 3-push storm through CT. You know what? That's exactly what you want starting on that T side to get the ball rolling. You want to take advantage of the money instantly. And so we'll see how that goes from here now as Galil's and Mac 10s are in the cards. Of course, the buy-up is actually going to come in from Pug Palace. They've decided that's the way to go. 3 MP9s and a scout with the Deagle in hand. So lots of fighting to be had over in ramp.
Yeah, this ramp push has me a little bit concerned, but Emmy gonna handle it perfectly. Beheads Mega and drops Ethanol as well. And that'll allow Flyquest Red to flood out to the A-bomb site once again. Kingsley, the next one to drop. Good trade out of Aegis, but Flyquest Red still have full control of this A-bomb site, and as they've managed to conquer this force buy that Pug Palace have put down, it'll give them a nice opportunity to build up a little nest egg on this T side.
You know, I was going to make the joke that Fox dying means that she doesn't have to worry about her Galil anymore, going to go right into an op, but the money's not in the cards on that one yet. So the nest egg is coming, but I think you've got to wait a few more rounds here. The good news is, of course, because of the force up, Pug Palace going to be on to pistols only this time around. And nothing really novel coming from them. They're going to be stacking over towards the B site with 1 over to play noise checker over in towards A. Although even as I say that, it's Kingsley. He was worried about middle and trying to get some noise from there. But all the utility now coming out towards A. He'll be alerted to that. He'll be first on scene. The question is, how quickly will the rest of his team get there as well?
Well, oh, that's a good start. Vanessa doing the same strategy that we've seen the past couple of rounds. Flyquest Red looking to take over the CT spawn, but Kingsley does a good job of stopping this in its tracks. Pug Palace, though, not going to have access to any other rifles, so the Flyquest Red side will be able to mow them down, but not without incurring some pretty heavy losses.
Yeah, that's a bit of a scary round, I'll be honest with you, just because they lose 3 players in that push. I mean, Vanessa going down first is a little concerning. I mean, just getting caught off by a P250 there. It's $300 to take down somebody in close range is always a little fun bit of trivia. But rifles now for Pug Palace. M4 A1S is pretty much across the board here. See how they go for a mid fight early. How Fox can react is now she has an op in her hands.
She sure does, and I like that she's been placed here in mid to offer up some control to Flyquest Red as they maneuver their way around the map. They are lining up to make this their first B hit of the game, as they have tempered that A site significantly with 3 hits in a row. You can see there's a decent amount more defense toward that side of the map than towards the B side, but either way, Flyquest can work their way in through apartments. Good amount of utility for Pug Palace to respond with.
Be interested to see how the reaction will come when the smoke fades. It's 5J kind of keeping an eye on it. Mega has found a kill on Vivian in the meantime underneath. And there he goes. Emmy will go down first. It's a double through the smoke even. Not even having to wait. Fox gets caught as well. A quick AK pickup. Now all of a sudden it's just left to Marie. 1v5. And 40 seconds on the clock. She doesn't really have much to do in this round except try and find a kill or 2. It's not going to happen at all. Clean sweep there from Pug Palace. They lock it down. And Flyquest just gives them a little bit too much time to react. Or rather be proactive in finding them and taking them down.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe Flyquest Red, they overthought themselves, going, all right, we've been to the A site 3 times in a row, we'd better go B, but getting a little bit antsy behind the smoke caused them to fall just one after another. And not only have they lost all their guns, they've lost an extremely valuable op to Kingsley. They've made themselves a bit of a rough bed, and now they've got to sleep in it. Oh, timeout expires.
Oh, Sorry, I completely forgot that there was a timeout going on. I'm like, Vanessa's so ready to go, then looks away. I'm like, wait, did they change the strat off the rip? No. Instant window smoke, I believe that smoke's going to be, and see how they go off that.
At this level, the instant window is the only way you can really take mid control, because the CTs are going to be in window watching you, and with every second really mattering, it's important to get in fast. Is Mega going to find that absolutely true as he's gunned down Marie? Bibian going to fall in apartments to Kingsley. Ooh. Emmy melting in the fire, but she is allowed out.
And to find a kill. Well. What is this? Vanessa's joined in. All of a sudden, the little gaps are providing issues for Pug Palace because Vanessa's found another, this MP9 or this MP7. Getting things done. It's just left to Fox on a 1v2. She can make this happen.
She absolutely can. Waiting behind this smoke, it's almost a one-way. We haven't seen those since CSGO, but it works out perfectly. Each just not expecting her on the inside. And now Ethanol going to have his work cut out for him in the 1v1. Knows that Fox is lurking on the back of the site, but there's still a significant amount of time left to get the bomb and get that planted. So we'll see if Ethanol will turn into vinegar or wine on this 5th round of Mirage. He's still got the white van as where he thinks Fox is playing from, but she's rotated around. She'll catch the head, and Flyquest Red going to steal the wind right back for their sails.
Big clutch up coming in from Fox on that one, and I mean, big clutch up from the team. I mean, that was a 3v5 that they were able to take advantage of and find the round in, which is huge. Unfortunately, the op does not get saved across, but that's okay. They've got I mean, they still have enough money here for a buy on that Pug Palace side. So the first round was to take down the money. The second round will be to break them.
Yeah, I mean, they've been on the large round loss bonus now. They get to that 4th round, so it does mean that the rebuy comes in, but either way for Pug Palace, I mean, this is where we're going to get to see who's going to run away with it, whether Pug Palace can stack up a few rounds for the comeback, or if Flyquest Red are really going to fly away.
This is in a great spot. Unfortunately, that smoke will stop him from having any effect on the cat push that is about to come through from the Flyquest ladies. In they go.
I like the noise that was being made over towards mid. Left Pug Palace in a little bit of a compromised position, but it's not going to matter. S5J set up by Van, mowing down these Flyquest Red players. Now Vanessa and Ree on super low HP. They do manage to handle him, but they're kind of jailed into the corner as the market players are going to lock down this site. It's going to be a scary exit for Flyquest Red. They could elect to escape, but with 30 seconds remaining, they've got to make it over to the A-bomb site fast, and they choose to go towards B instead. There's not enough time remaining. Marie gets caught on the AWP. Molotov will burn Vanessa back out of the site, but Bibian able to get control in response. Leaves this one just down to Kingsley. Vanessa will get the bomb planted as Bibian takes aggro. Does get erased from the server, and now Kingsley in a tough spot to go for this, knowing that Vanessa is on the other side of the site. Weigh up all your options very carefully, and Vanessa sticks a head out and gets deleted. So it's Pug Palace to take control, and Flyquest Red now going to be looking to fight from beyond the grave to trade this one back.
I think the craziest thing of that 1v1 is Kingsley doesn't know how low Vanessa is, right? If he misses that shot with the op, he doesn't know he can. Yeah, I mean, he would probably do quick switch over to his pistol, but it gives Vanessa the opportunity to get the headshot in and win the round. So very interesting to see on the in terms of that HP battle coming through. Like both Emmy and Vanessa were low to finish that round off, but it's very interesting to see. And I think the best part of this is so far, Flyquest Red 4-2 up still, even with the money troubles that they have here. They
The other nice thing is they have conditioned that A site fairly well. There's still 2 players lurking there for Pug Palace, as well as this op that's kind of wandering around mid. They're forcing Pug Palace to still play in a certain way, and it actually gives them a good amount of space out onto the B-bomb site. It's only Fox to survive, though, but 1 versus 3 is a very manageable situation as she finds the head of Mega as well. Still looking for that bomb, though. It has been dropped over on the site, so still something left to find for this last player, but a very ooh, that's a cool little flash, and it catches Kingsley completely by surprise, leaving Ethanol in the 1 versus 1 once again. He lost it last time, and he'll lose it this time as well, as Fox completes the round. A massive clutch by the Opera of Flyquest Red to steal momentum right back in the favor of Flyquest.
And not only is that a round win, that's an op picked up as well. That's some good savings coming in there, especially with the continued money troubles Flyquest Red continue to have. But here's the thing that comes with all this, right? You look at the money and you look at how these rounds have been kind of pulling together. It's very back and forth right now, even with the issues. And you're not getting the ideal buy of having 5 AKs. You're running with Galils, you're running with Mac 10s. The big thing I think the Flyquest Red have been showing is, they're prioritizing utility because they know if they get that utility, it ends up being well and good for them, really. We do have a tech pods coming in, however, though, and we'll see what the issue is hopefully in the next few seconds here, but gives us a little bit extra time to talk. How you been, Floofies?
It's been a summer.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not my personal podcast, so I don't want to be like, let's get into my personal life. But I guess what we can talk about while we're waiting is the changing of the seasons, right? Like Valve have done something interesting every season to make sure to continue to keep the game at least a little bit fresh. Counter-Strike historically being one of the games that changes the least among basically every esport, aside from maybe StarCraft Brood War. And this season, we got some interesting ones. Outside of Cash, we got some very interesting changes to the bomb radius. We'll have to get back to that next time there's a pause.
Yeah, that might actually come into play a little bit later on in this match as well. But for now, it is upgraded pistols they're going up against. And again, that utility coming into play, lots used off the rip. And it's still a B lean here for Pug Palace. They're going to rotate sooner than they have previously in towards this site. Vanessa, very aggressive with this Mac 10, as she should be. 50-50, She loses it, though. Looks the wrong way. Now, all of a sudden, she's gone. Emmy trying to work here with Bibian to secure the rest of this. These upgrade pistols, they're finding purchase. It will finally be curbed as Aegis, the last one left alive here. P250 in hand, finds a low Marie. And that will be the end of the round. So expensive again here for the T side, but they have got the op still in hand. They still have an AK in hand. It continues to roll.
It was kind of hilarious. I feel like we get to talk about it at least once a game. The Flyquest, we just go to a site and kill everybody, and it just works. It happens once a game. Dust 2, sometimes we get it on the B-bomb site. But yeah, I think Mirage, you're going to just roll out a ramp and wake up and suddenly choose violence. And that was our violence round. So from here on out, it's going to be slow, methodical rounds from Flyquest Red.
Until they change it up.
Until they change it up.
Can never trust Shigzula to... he's got a great battle plan, and Marie has been a very good complement to that as well. Now, speaking of violence, Emmy finds the kill before Vivian is even able to show herself up in towards the site, and she's going to continue on as well. 3 kills to her name.
Oh my goodness, the nade smoke breaks. Ethanol able to get the upper hand, but does fall to Vanessa in the 1 versus 1, and Kingsley going to be left alone in another zip code. So bomb goes down, 1 versus 4 for Kingsley.
Hang on, I gotta double check something. Okay, you win this one. If Kingsley was Canadian, I would have corrected you and said it's a postal code, but you survived. You survived today.
Fair enough. You act like the players ever put their real flags on Face It. Like, I've seen so many players who's just like, today I'm going to be Poland. Tomorrow I'm going to be Korea. Like, they just pick flags out of a hat, I swear.
I knew at one point one of the 20 City.
It's interesting that you bring up Vatican City because Italy as a country is just not a very well represented country in esports.
You're right. You know what? This is an issue that we need a podcast for. I think. I think we need to get Foreman on something on this one. That's a good investigative document. Wow.
So the
But
reason I've heard is that Italy has gorgeous weather, great food, and well run cities, and people just want to go out and do stuff instead of playing video games. And so they'll look at you weird. You know what else is weird is we're in round number 10 and we're on a hero rifle for Pug Palace. Kingsley holding on to that M4 is the only gun being represented for Pug Palace. It might not matter though. Mega with the Deeg going to flatten Fox off the bat. Good trade out of Marie. But that M4 is still represented on the server as S5J takes a nap. Oh, it's boosted up in Cat. That's going to be a rough spot for Flyquest Red to deal with, especially beyond spotting from bench, but enough information to go off of. He just falls, and Kingsley forced to fall back. A good trade out of Ethanol, but I don't think there's going to be much left for this M4 at the end of the day. It does find Emmy, but now that's information gained for Flyquest Red. They can molly off and just leave.
yeah, I mean, they're so carefully watching that smoke as Kingsley is able to make it through at least the first part. There's a little bit of damage on towards Bibian as Vanessa gets the bomb down, and we're into 1v2. I was going to say, the setup they had in towards middle on that Pug Palace side was very much leaning towards that really good mid trap, anticipating that the cat play was coming in. Now you've got yourself into a 1v2. Kingsley, he's really looking for this great double swing coming in from Vanessa and Bibian there. No option available for Kingsley. There's no good fight for him to take there as Flyquest Red continue to surge to an 8-2.
That is the most horrifying thing when you're in a 1 versus 2 and they both swing off the same angle, upper and lower, and it's just, there's nothing you can do about it. He split the difference even. He didn't even get one kill. And it was just, I mean, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place and you just get smushed.
Kingsley on and off, and again, 2 coming in towards mid. Mega will be first up, but Bibian just cruises to the first kill, crushed on the second. Aegis getting that done. In the meantime, the rest of Flyquest have been trying to get out towards the A site. Fox will lose the op duel. Nathaniel will find Emmy as well. So the cavalry has arrived here for Pug Palace. They are much more active towards A this time around.
Ooh.
I do not think Flyquest Red have much to go off to get into the site as Vanessa takes another nade to the face.
Good news, there's no more nades for her to take. she has taken all of them from Pug Palace.
You know what? There's a spare Molotov. Give it a second.
There's a Molotov. Interestingly, there's also a decoy on the server for Pug Palace, which I love to see.
Listen, if you throw enough utility at Vanessa in her current state, eventually she will in fact die to said utility piece being thrown at her. However, we don't need to talk about that right now. We need to talk about Marie picking up the op from Fox and now is taking advantage. That's sweet.
150 ping op.
That's the only way to op in this game. This day and age, you just need to be high ping, flick, and have a dream. And you know what? Marie, she's dreaming big. Going for a big move. I don't know if she'll be able to beat Nathaniel on this play, though. She's run right by. In the meantime, Vanessa's found the kill on the other site. Oh, no. And with 20 seconds left on the clock, I don't think this is up for a possibility here from Vanessa. Yeah, she's going to go for the save.
Yeah, I mean, going into this final round, having the op is going to be a very important piece to try and open up either of these sites, as the money is going to be basically garbage for Flyquest Red. Vanessa on $6,100 is going to have to drop over a couple of Galils, as well as the AWP, just to make sure that the team has enough primary weapons to go around. And, I mean, Flyquest Red, they've had a pretty enchanted T side so far. 8-3, you got to be feeling pretty happy with on your T side of Mirage. So I think that even losing that last round of time, the vibes should still be fairly high.
Yeah, another mid push coming through. Oh, Fox. She
Oh, the edge of the
you
smoke.
could tell.
Oh!
Oh no, going down to Kingsley so unfortunate. You could tell she knew there was somebody in towards Con. She had that feeling, and she just couldn't react in time on it because she couldn't guarantee it. Couldn't see through the smoke, and so as a result, kill comes through in Kingsley's favor that time. So the op duel continues to go Pug Palace's way. In the meantime, though, the rest of Flyquest is spread over towards the B bomb site. They haven't exec yet. Could still definitely make a meal of mid, though.
I mean, who expects the op to be playing underpass, non-boosted, just, dry peek out? That's just unlucky positioning and unexpected defense out of Pug Palace, which is, I mean, considering how they've had a little bit of trouble playing the more defaulty stuff, being unexpected is going to be the next thing to really get them rolling. Flyquest Red, on the other hand, boosted in through mid and taken the unexpected path towards the A-bomb site, but there's some players still lurking about here at Tetris and Ramp. Still something to be worried about. Ethanol going to collect 2. Bomb goes down, leaving Bibian in the 1 versus 3. Not going to be able to handle it. Traded out by Ethanol in the end. And Pug Palace will make this one a 4-8, but still an interesting round to end off the half.
Yeah, it unfortunately turned into hey, listen, we haven't been able to fully clear the A site, but we've got to get the plant down. We've got to get this going into the retake phase, and unfortunately, that just meant that Ethanol was able to go forward. And hey, I'm just gonna wait for a few seconds. I'll take care of one, and then bomb planter's finally done planting. There's another kill right there. However, we are into a bit of a tech pause. It looks like as we're in between halves.
That means we can talk about what happened with the bombs, because I think it is an interesting thing to make sure that spectators know about, and especially players. So rather than the bomb just being one singular spherical explosion, now it kind of has tentacles that is honestly the best word I can think of, that extend out into the map. And they're stopped by walls. So if you do something like get into Palace, you can survive. But if you just go down ramp, you're not going to survive because there's no walls there.
I think I would move it more to be a great wave rather than a tentacle. It's one thing going through here. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Hopefully as we get into the pistol round. Looks like a full B hit's going to be coming in from Pug Palace.
Well, this is basically the opposite of what Flyquest Red went for on their T side. Hit that A site decisively, and together, Pug Palace going to go for the B bomb site. See what Flyquest Red have to say. Kingsley already flattened by Fox. The rest of the squad going to make their way out through apartments. Fox is already getting into position as BB on headshots 5SJ. It's already a double repelled out of Flyquest Red, but the damage is pretty critical from Pug Palace, and Aegis will take advantage. Turn it back into the 3 versus 3. Bibiana just a scratch, and Emmy just a shot away from dead. Flyquest Red start to peek on in toward that B-bomb site. Aegis looking for more shots behind bench, but he can't quite find the heads. It's Ethanol to open things up and double up as Aegis with one more to round out the kills. Pug Palace on their T side start things off with the pistol.
Yeah, critical kills coming in there from Aegis to keep the site clean and really force Flyquest to double check what they were going to do on the retake. And unfortunately, that just opens up the gap, and the damage pulls through in the way of it. It means that there's a disadvantage for Flyquest Red. So yeah, it ends up being a really good pistol round coming in from Pug Palace, and we'll see how the react comes through now for the pistols, as Flyquest Red have not bought up. They've taken an alternate approach again here from Pug Palace, where Flyquest Red have been fast and mainly going for these A hits on the ecos. Pug Palace sticking slow, and this time they're going to go through mid. It's diverse as the hit starts to come through, and they're going to work their way up Cat, it looks like, with those smokes hitting in towards Con and Window.
Yeah, and there's not much for Flyquest Red to do on the B-bomb site. Everybody's off on A. We do have a little lurk coming through underpass toward apartments, but more than likely, Flyquest Red, they'll group up. They'll look for maybe someone off in their own to gank. I mean, that's kind of what it is. You know,
Yeah.
it's going
No,
to
you're
be a
not wrong.
Zerg rush with the pistols.
You're very much on the
I'm
StarCraft
feeling
phrasing today, eh?
nostalgic.
Yeah. No, it's worth it. I appreciate some StarCraft references. It's a good time.
I mean, the good news for FlyQuest Red is none of them died to an SMG that round. And there was one on the field. There were two on the field for Mega and Aegis. So, at the very least, FlyQuest Red have minimized the economic impact that Pug Palace are going to feel. You know, it's $300 a kill rather than 600, which is good news at least.
Yeah, that is good news. And I mean, coming into this round now, the big story on the line here is, can these M4s get the job done and keep FlyQuest Red in the lead, one, but also if we give them a good financial standing, as Marie is aggressive in her underpass push here. Hidden away, but her support, it's not. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's finally come into fruition. However, Kingsley will find one. BBon gets to trade instantly, so mid will remain in a stalemate.
It's a good trade, though. They've taken away one of the rifles off of Pug Palace, so now the weaponry continues to fall into the favor of FlyQuest Red. It is going to be recovered by Aegis, so there's at least some silver lining for this T side, but FlyQuest Red have done a good job at slowing down what Pug Palace are going for, right? They're kind of stuck in mid now, playing the which site should we go to dance.
I think they might have decided already. Bomb's headed to go over in towards a ramp. The rest of the utility is going to be used to try and get them an option up into the site. And that might be a little bit of unfortunate timing here, because it is only one leaning over in towards that A site as Emmy finds a kill in trade for BBon. Fox is here kind of waiting to see what pops through, as the first few shots will ring out. She'll get an easy kill onto Ethanol, and now S5J will get dropped by Vanessa from jungle. It's just Mega left.
It is, and man, those shots out of BB, I could feel the frustration, the readjusting of the spray. It was so critical, but luckily her teammates are all in positions. Fox with a headshot to finish the job, put Pug Palace out of their misery, and by FlyQuest Red, a 9th round.
Huge round. Keeping 3 alive as well was also a big plus. You guys remember, keep the majority of the team alive. It means that they can buy in the remaining 2, and that allows you at least have some economy getting put to use there. So 5 M4s yet again coming through. We'll see how Pug Palace reacts now that they're really on the best buy they've had so far this half with the 5 AKs. You have to remember, they were kind of not limping along, but they were carrying over, let's call it outdated equipment in a Mac 10 and some Galils. But it's full AKs now, plenty of utility. We'll see how this A-take goes.
Sticking with the bonus buys. I mean, you got to respect it. It's the financially prudent thing to be doing in Counter-Strike as they hit the A-bomb site. Kingsley quickly traded 1 for 1. Marie joining into this to bring it back to 2 versus 2. And it's just trades all around. Marie with another, quickly traded back by Aegis. And now we see FlyQuest Red, BBon and Emmy on the rotation. The bomb is planted. Both have the kits, and BBon going to be the first one taking contact over here in jungle. S5J in a massive opportunity, but only finds one. And now Aegis, 1 versus 1 to try and bring this back for Pug Palace. If BBon's able to win it, FlyQuest Red should be teed up for that 11th round, but missing on the one at hand. Double digits on the cards. BBon needs this, and she can't quite find it. Aegis is ready for her. And that's going to allow Pug Palace a 7th round, and now a very good opportunity, maybe bringing this one back into a tie.
Yeah, we keep getting closer and closer to that eventuality here. 9-7. So anything Flyquest can do, Pug Palace can do as well. You can see the buy.
Interesting thing.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, you can see what the money is for Flyquest Red. It's not conducive to a good force up yet again here.
Yeah, it is going to be the pistols picked up. The loss bonus though is going to stack up at this point. So Bug Palace, if they are able to handle the pistols, which I mean is kind of the likely one, the one that you expect, then 9-8, but Flyquest Red will have their full buy going into round number 18. So still, it's close. It's scary, but you're not at the point of like, oh gosh, we're coming from behind just yet.
Well, the novelty is coming into this round. You got Flyquest Red majority in towards ladder room, although S5J has found a bit of a workaround for that. Just quickly run in towards the A site, take control of jungle, and make a little bit of a profit off of it. Now, Bibion has found 2 kills. The 5-7 roaring to life. Keep being expensive here. Find S5J, you make it all the better for your side. Oh, she did not just do that. 2v2 now. They have to be a little bit more careful than they initially were here. Fox and Bibion, both with AKs in hand.
I mean, that's something you got to worry about with the pistols is the 5-7 and the Deagle will crush you before you've got a second chance to think. But Flyquest Red, they'll escape with their gotten gains as the AK is going to be saved up towards sidewalk and allow Pug Palace an 8th round in the scorecard. Oh, and S5J. Oh, I thought he fell to the bomb there, but no, that was Fox just dropping him.
Yeah, I mean, his play was trying to catch them unawares and maybe not looking in towards a quick underpass play. However, Fox is too smart for that. So they lose the round, but they make it very expensive for Pug Palace. Not only that, they get to keep some AKs for their troubles as well, which is huge. Because you have to remember that one-tap headshot. Somebody like Bibion, she loves an AK because that just gives her aim the chance to show and shine. So we'll see how this round goes. Potentially a tying round here as Pug Palace look to take it back. Fox with an op in hand, though. Best buy coming in from Flyquest Red so far.
It sure is. Can we just talk about how great this season opener is for Bibion? 21-11, doing some huge work on T side, and now coming alive on the CT side as well. But let's take a look at the damage the util is pulling out so far. He just down at half HP, Mega about 2/3. Good shots through the smoke, but it's Kingsley to start things off with a kill, and Ethanol joining into this. Flyquest Red being withered away at these AKs. As Emmy left alone in the 1 versus 4, bomb planted, and not really an option for a retake.
Looks like we'll have a tied up score then. 9-9. The bomb continues to tick away here. All of that. Emmy's job right now is to save. It's keep this op alive, because that can be given over to Fox and try to continue to be a defensive engine with that. Limited time here though, and Ega just is getting close.
Oh, this is a little bit scary. Don't lose that op. All right, she does get to hold on to it. There is enough money left in the bank accounts for Flyquest Red to put together one more buy. So that AWP coming through going to be the crux of whether or not Flyquest Red come out of this tie with the advantage, or whether we see Pug Palace really start to pull ahead for the first time this game.
Does Vanessa have a gun? She's got a pistol in hand right now. Maybe that's the final decision they're making here, just with the extra seconds that they've had from the pause. There you go. FAMAS in hand. That op is going to have a lot of work to do, though. That's going to be the engine secure around here. So we'll see how that goes. It is over towards the A site, and Pug Palace currently leaning in towards middle with high potential to go towards B to end things off here.
Yeah, I mean, aside from the FAMAS's, the util being as lackluster as it is really telling about how well the CT side has gone. Oh, that's cute. The floppy AK. Hey, some players are just so smiley that you gotta miss them. And I mean, without getting too far away from this, Floppy is definitely a player that I think North American Counter-Strike would be well served to have back. But that is neither here nor there as Pug Palace start to line up for the site take on B. 4 players versus 2. They start to fakey over towards A as well. I don't bamboozle Flyquest all across the map. There could be fights any which way. I feel bad for our observer trying to figure out who's going to be first. Ooh, I like this though. Fox, just barely misses the shot on Aegis, and he's able to double entry onto the A-bomb site. Gonna leave them with basically nothing, but Vanessa maybe looking to come alive here. Spots the player inside of Palace as the B-bomb site gets taken as well. Ethanol looking for Vanessa. Both players, Vanessa, still on full HP as the bomb gets planted on B. She's still stuck battling with Ethanol as Bibion finds Kingsley, and there's nothing that Ethanol can do. He has the kill lined up, but he can run as fast as he wants. He's not going to make it to the site in time.
That's nice. That's nice from Bibion, proving... Listen, that was a very impressive round coming in from Vanessa to hold the line towards A site and just cause the delay. The delay meant that Bibion was effectively in a 1v1 over on the other site. Bomb gets planted due to the necessity of the time, and just there's nothing there that can happen. And Vanessa, with the delay tactic, just seals the round for the squad, gets them to double digits first. And hopefully this can continue to be the launching off point for them to secure more rounds here, as the gunfights will continue at least for one more go. As Pug Palace, AKs, and an op in hand, Kingsley gonna try and outduel Fox yet again here.
Yeah, I mean, the duels between Kingsley and Fox have been extremely 50-50 in this game. And it's exciting because a lot of the times you will see that Fox is just completely outclassing other oppers in advanced up until you get to the playoffs, and then the oppers become amazing, and then even Fox starts to struggle. And that's kind of where you'll also see Flyquest Red start to buckle a little bit, is when Fox is not able to pick up a lot of those kills on the AWP. This game, she's gone even, 11-11, so nothing, not really setting the scoreboard on fire, but also not being a major liability either, which is good to see. Here's Sheikh Zula once again. If you're ever wondering where the moan at the start of the round is coming from, Sheikh Zula. Coach, enjoying the game. I'm sure I've said something that made Parks have to mute and laugh off camera.
No, I'm just getting stuck in. I'm getting stuck in on the round here. I'm waiting to see kind of how this develops. Pug Palace leaning definitely over towards the B-bomb site. So I'm anticipating a big round here coming in from Emmy, where the rotations are going to be key here. Something like Fox getting over quickly enough to provide that support from market window. We'll see how it goes. Just over a minute left on the clock here, and the rotation has yet to move. And at the same time, Aegis has made his way up from Cat. That's going to find Emmy. That's a big scalp to take because she was ready for the defensive portion of this. Bibion now having to do it all on her own. She's found 2, but she's running out of time. She's run out of bullets in the main weapon. Unfortunately, that means an AK will be able to take her down. So a 3v3 retake, lots of damage done. And Fox with that kill through the smoke is huge.
S5J on low HP as well. This retake, the bomb not even down just yet, I should add, as Fox obliterates another. Leaves Kingsley alone in the 1 versus 3, and he's still yet to recover that bomb. We'll get that planted as Flyquest Red, they're really only providing a 1-prong defense, all players in from market, so could be risky. There's a couple of choke points here that Kingsley can take a lot of advantage of, especially on that op. He's chosen to go for the market door, so Flyquest Red gonna Gonna have to opt to jump out through the window. The first shot rings out. It's Vanessa to hit the ground. A headshot onto Marie as well. And that's Opper versus Opper for all the marbles, for the entire round, for possibly the whole game. And it's Kingsley with the triple to come out on top. That is a gut-wrencher for Flyquest. Walking into that op one at a time.
I'm stressed. That stressed me out.
Oh gosh. I mean, it's like moments seen right before disaster. We've all been there, right? Our teammates, we're dead. We're sitting there watching our teammates, knowing the op on the other side of the server, and it's just 1, 2, 3, and you just see the last 40 minutes of your life flash before your eyes.
Yeah, I think the worst part about that is, I mean, the worst part that comes with that is how good the op kills were from Fox to initiate that 1v3, right? The 2 kills coming in to give them the breathing and to give them the chance here. Now, speaking of the chance, Emmy has found a kill onto Aegis. The entire B side is clear. These 5-7s once again over towards Cat. The strat continues to bear fruit. We'll see how the rest of this goes now. There's no reason for them not to push for this. There's no reason for them not to just kind of go in and try and see what damage they can do. Kingsley will be on top of it though, at least initially, as Fox, she's worked with Marie. They're finding these kills into 1v1.
Expensive round for Pug Palace. This is huge for Flyquest. Even if they do lose this round, they've taken a lot of money away from the Pug Palace coffers, and Fox just going to scamper away with the AK. Also, gotta love the fact that after the last round was such a long round, this round the teams have decided to make up for lost time. All right, 30 seconds in. A site, go. Everybody dies.
Also, a big thing coming in there that I don't know if you saw it or not. With Fox, she was checking how close she was to the corner because she was using essentially a little piece of wall to help her brace for the incoming wave of damage coming through. So that's kind of what we were talking about earlier with the new update and how the bomb has changed and how where it gets planted and how many walls are between you and it affects it. And of course, the idea was she goes like that because she wants to try and run back in towards CT to grab the bomb. And it ends up not happening that way. With Pug Palace on their 11th here, Flyquest Red, if they want to take this in regulation time, they've got to pick up the next 3 rounds in a row. They have to be perfect. And this game has shown that anything can happen. So all you have to do now is wait and see as Marie's getting set to go in towards middle with some help from her friends.
Yep, the last opportunity here for Flyquest to try and take away their first match in regulation. This would be a massive round to win, not only to tie this one up, but to cut the bank account of Pug Palace down to size. So of course it is going to be a slow, methodical round. Molotovs to flush all the defenders out and responses out of that CT side to chip off as much HP as they can before Pug Palace do elect to hit their site. But the time is now. A site going to be under assault from Pug Palace. He's just going to be stuck inside of Palace himself. Fox going to open this one up. M4 through smoke, doesn't catch anything, but a good trade out of Mega. Eagle comes out. There's Marie with the M4. Guns down one more. And that's the player advantage for Flyquest Red. Bomb planter caught as well. Marie going massive on the IGL roll. Looking for more up on top of stairs. Mega trying to trade this back, but he's just been denied. Bomb gets planted, but cannot be defended in the 1 versus 4 as Flyquest Red gonna chalk up that 11th round, tie things up, and put Pug Palace on notice.
Every time you think they're out, Flyquest Red just pull you right back in. Tie game. And the unfortunate reality now it's hit Pug Palace is because of how close these rounds have been. Their money is not in a great spot. So I hesitate to think that they're going to go for a buy on this round just because the money just isn't there yet. Pistols for them. They're going to see how much damage they can do, try and maybe take a round here. I don't suspect it'll happen, but give them a chance, I guess, with those pistols. But the real thing is here, they're playing for overtime. And that's how crazy this has been, right? They're up 11-10. They've had strong rounds. They've pulled out clutches, but because the overall situation has not been in their favor, well, they're playing for overtime now. Damage coming through is chunky on that nade.
Okay. That looked really worrisome for a moment there, but yeah, the nade really just cutting Pug Palace in half, and Flyquest Red put the final nail in the coffin and win the penultimate round. I think the most important thing coming into this final round of regulation is no AWP on the side of Pug Palace. They're going in with full automatic rifles to try and break this game wide open. Can they pull it off? And hey, it wouldn't be Flyquest if we didn't go all 24 rounds in the first match of the season.
You're so right. Well, it looks like the final grounds will be the A site, which has been most contentious so far. Vanessa on top. Palace balcony. Fox finds the opener there. Vanessa with the second. That's going to be that Palace prong. Pushed away. And just like that, the Pugs are no longer in the Palace. They've unfortunately been vacated. As Flyquest Red, they make it a nail biter, but they win it 13-11 on that one.
That is how you're going to start off the season. That is about as Flyquest as it gets, right? They start off with a demanding and dominating first half, and we get brought into a nice close, very overtime looking second half before finally closing it out 13-11. Bibian going massive for Flyquest Red, 29 kills for this first game of the season. And on the other side of things, the Opper for Pug Palace, Kingsley making things quite scary.
Yeah, it's I mean, what can you say about Bibian playing as she did that map? She was the big gun behind the defensive side, the big gun in the takes. She was everywhere and really showed up for this match, which is great to see. And I mean, clutches abound there for Kingsley. Great on him for getting those. But I mean, at the end of the day, 29 kills is just insane. I wish he'd gotten that 30th. You can say, okay, another Bibian 30 bomb on Mirage. What else is new? But no, this time around, just 29 for just 29, just 29.
Well, we should have our interviewee into the call fairly soon, but until then, I mean, it's Flyquest. I think the fans kind of know what to expect at this point. They've been with us for a while. The nice close games, the nice clutch plays. It was good to see. It felt like the whole team really had their moments in this game. And so, I mean, we've highlighted Bibian as the top frag, but at the same time, I feel like everybody had moments where they were the star of the team. And I mean, what else is there to say? It sounds like Bibian is in the call, so let's throw it on in.
Hi.
Hey, welcome in. Hi.
What's up?
So
how are you feeling for game one of the season?
Feeling good. We also felt good, like, during the scrim before. For some reason, I mean, today we, like, really turned up a lot. Comms were a lot better. And, overall, we were just more paying attention to details and stuff like that, and yeah, it just showed.
How does it feel to be you play one match and you're already up 2-0 on the season here, then to get things going? It's a bit of a weird feeling, I guess, with the first forfeit to come through, but hey, look at that, you're already 2-0 up and you only had to play one game.
We need it because our next two games are going to be really tough. I think as long as we play like this, we can actually make the next few games, like, hopefully competitive. But yeah, that's a goal.
So what are the chances we get to see cash from Flyquest in this season?
I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
You mentioned the matches that are upcoming here. You've got Lag and Sportsbet Expert. I know you just talked about keeping them competitive and all that, like as is. Pretty packed week. I mean, you've got the match with Lag tomorrow, and then SBE coming up on the 23rd. Kind of after coming off a bit of a break here. Are you guys feeling prepared? Are you feeling in a good spot to take on those teams.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe we're not up to like obviously peak form for everybody, but with Shake's definitely been lighting a fire under our asses for the last couple of days, so hopefully we can show something there.
And then what's one thing that you can just take right after that game and be like, this is one thing that would have made that game much better?
One thing, I think it was just like the comms, making sure like we have everything covered, making sure there's no gaps, making sure like if we're gonna change the plan or whatever, then like we have someone chiming in and like stepping up and just leading, and everyone else from then on like plugging, and just so like we're working together as a team basically. So
I
that's a
like
big
that
thing.
there was an answer in chat, Marie's ping.
Oh,
you know what?
That would help as well for sure. But what can you do? You just have to wait still.
Sponsor her back over. Yeah, that's all the questions we got for you then. Any shout outs you got before you're gonna get out of here?
Yeah, shout out. Thank you everyone for watching, supporters. Thank you. Thank you, Parks, Floofies, for casting this game. Thank you, my teammates, for winning this game. Thank you, Logitech. Thank you.
Perfect. Have a good rest of your night, Viv.
Bye.
Well, there you have it. Another season successfully kicked off. I mean, couldn't have asked for a better game. 13-11 to open things up. You know, we're going to pretend the forfeit didn't happen. This Iowa Stormboard would have been a great season opener, but
it would have.
You know, failing that, I feel like, what more could you ask for? We got 3 games this week, and we're going to get rolling.
I would ask for less anxiety watching them play sometimes, and I think that's kind of where I end. A little less stress. I don't know. I'm pretty much like we're like viewers, right? We watch these games and we want them to win. We want them to succeed. And so you come back and you see, as some of those clutch rounds not go their way or some kind of play happen. I'm like, man, I agree. I just want them to win. I want them to be successful. And seeing rounds like that always makes me stressed out. But that's just me. I mean, what can I do about that other than just kind of sit here and continue to lose my mind to the great plays?
Hey, Parks, welcome to being a North American Counter-Strike fan. No matter who's playing, you get to be stressed.
This is why I have a 10-year coin playing this game, I guess. That's everything.
Over the summer, I would have gotten my 15-year if it existed.
Hey, get on it, Valve. Gotta get Floofy's his 15-year coin. That's everything I think for us though tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night with the game against Lag on tap, and then later this week, of course, as we mentioned, Sportsbet Expert on standby on Thursday. Floofies, do you have anything else to say before we get out of here?
Nope. Let's have ourselves a great season, and we'll see you next time, Flyquest fans. Have a good night.